I've got a present for you.
Okay, game number 1. Yeah, no mag juggling here. So game number 1. Thank you, Nightshade. Yeah, it's actually really appreciated. Like one of the first comments, if you can put ever, if you ever watch a stream of people in Red Alert 2, Yuri's Revenge, if your first comment is mic check sounds good, that is always a nice comment to hear as a streamer. You never know if you're going to get an audio bug or your microphone's not working. Anyway, back to the game. 40 seconds in, we have Allied versus Allied. Really nice opening game to start with. Root plays top right-hand corner as Allied, as France. And Ed says, I'm going to play as America, as Allied. If I'm in Ed's position here and I'm in QM, I always just fear the France player. You feel like you always have to be the one that's being aggressive and do something. There are ways around it. I mean, you can play a campy like-minded game as well and go Chronosphere. But sometimes it's difficult if your opponent is going multiple MCVs. Even with a good Chronosphere, you can't just kill off an MCV and a couple of powers and win the game because they've got multiple MCVs, that sort of stuff. So Chronosphere is not always a solution if there's a good France player. I remember having a really long game myself on Arabian Oasis against Zed as Allied as American. I was just beating him all game, but he still won. Every time I chronoed into his base, done loads of damage. He just built more MCVs and more MCVs and just kept building miners and cannons, and it was really hard to beat him. This is obviously RA2, so miners coming out. Action will be a little bit faster. Can you hear my cat? Yeah, she is loud. I can't really do anything about it. She just wants to play at the minute. She's a kitten. She's only 6 months old. All she wants to do is play. So if I'm on here... so miner count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have got the miner counter. I have got the unit counter actually. Don't know why I haven't put that on. Maybe I'll try it on the next game for the first time. I do have a unit counter. Neither player moved yet. Yeah, he just moved here. This is the RA2 version, so big patch of ore, not gems. I'm going to stretch over to here. Ed moving his MCV. Grizzlies are coming. 2 war factories for Root. First cannon comes out. And lots of choke points here on Heck Freeze. Really. 1 cannon there. A cannon on the cliff there. And a cannon somewhere in here now, and you've got to run through a cannon to do some work. Power drop taken and an attempt on the top left hand side. Rocketeers come straight over. 2 IFEs, double cannon over this side. Be a big rep if you can get it. He's not going to get close. RA2 GIs. I mean, even Yuri's Revenge GIs may have struggled. Might have been close with Yuri's Revenge GIs. As Force 2 cannons here, Ed is really intelligent. He kind of is very good at understanding his opponent's eco and knowing that forcing 2 cannons this side, he may flip his attack now and force cannons elsewhere, force his money to be spent. He's got good intelligence. Service depot out now. And once you get into this spot, if I'm playing here and there's I'm Ed and I'm thinking, well, what do I do now with these cannons? Whereas as Ed, he's pretty good. Gets a nice tank path in there from Ed. The cannon's obviously doing a lot of work. Patriot missile comes out as well. IFEs are in great position. Lots of Rockies there, but the IFEs and then the Rockies coming back to defend. As another MCV comes out. Rocketeers are doing some work with the IFEs there. Doesn't want to give away a elite. Sorry, there's my cat meowing again. Second MCV for now. Reinforcements from IFEs needs to control them. A little bit too late to respond there. Loses one for free, and the MCV could be dived on here. And no service depot. That's going to be the game. Oh, it may save it. It does save it. It does save it. Wow. Okay, okay. Okay. Saves it. Still looks... Look at the power plants. Don't want to give away an elite. Or gets it. Patriot missile comes out. There are so many power plants. I know there's a lot of cannons, but Ed, who I thought was out of this game, is fighting back very well indeed. There's the elite. He's got to kill it. He does. Does now lose his Rocketeers, but it must be said, Ed, who I thought was out of it, is now back in this game. Stretching up to the top left is Root in red. War Factory numbers 1, 2. MCV is being moved now to the left-hand side. Power drop on the top side there. Maybe looking for the barracks. And does notice it is Root. And Root Eco is struggling. Ed on 11k here. These miners here, not mining efficiently, so Des must get a rep into here. All of these miners. Ed has a lot of miners, so he's okay, but he does need to sort them out. Little split here on the right-hand side. This is a pretty nice ref to get it on a huge patch of ore still. Whilst his miners aren't mining too efficiently, this would be pretty nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Grizzlies here versus 2. Both of them refs are very nice. Does get it, and then can't build a pillbox there. Force back on the left-hand side. Yeah, runs them Grizzlies in kind of in single file. That's a really good 15 seconds that for Root. So we'd love a couple of minor kills. Rocketeers coming over to the left, some IVs here too as well. And a refinery there going to go down as well. Again, another big refinery snipe if you can get it. Not sure he will. Grizzlies here. Back on the right-hand side, the Rocketeers are now free to do what they want. And all of a sudden, Root has been able to split up in 3, 4 different areas at once and said, come on, Ed, can you keep up with me? And Ed at the moment not just doesn't have the production at the moment to do so. The IBs for the Rockies, the Grizzlies on the right-hand side. Very nice. Rocketeers now on the MCV. Power drop going to go to the top right-hand side. Patriot missile comes out. There we go. And Root, who I thought had the job done maybe about 3 minutes ago. Probably going to get the job done now. Yeah, there's an elite as well. Rocketeers. Very difficult versus France. And Root has played Heck Freeze over as France for a long time now. Over on Coldest Peak. Yeah, America versus America. So left-hand side is Root. He has a game lead. On the right-hand side is Ed. And he is behind. Following that Heck Freeze over victory for Root. Yeah, Ed just putting a dog there, which means the War Factory can't place there, so then you can't get the rep there. I suppose 90% of you guys will know that sort of stuff. But if you didn't, that's the reason why the pillbox was forced and the dog was placed there. You see that on other maps. Heck Freeze Over is a map that the players can do that in the top left-hand side spot as well, and one that springs to mind. IFV is out, and an early Rocky here from Root. An MCV move here from Ed. So both players aware this map. You start with gems. You're going to want to move your MCV early, so you don't want to be the one that's behind, because it can be difficult then to move your MCV and get yourself onto the gems. And if you can't move your MCV and you get pinned into your base and your opponent's able to move his MCV, then yeah, obviously Say No More is going to be difficult. Little engagement here. It's going to be a trade-off, it appears. Yeah, very much a trade-off here with the Rocky coming across as well. Yeah. 3 tanks for free with the Grizzlies. MCV move on the bottom left. MCV on the top right side. Interesting. Normally see the MCV over on here, don't you? I'm not sure why that top side is preferred. But one ref there. One ref there looks really nice. Just gets all of your gems and your all. Power drop top side. Taken care of. One Rocketeer on the power. One Grizzly coming in on his own. Need to move these Grizzlies. There we go. Yeah, that. Sending his minus just bugging there. I'm not sure we should call it a bug. It is a matter of having enough refineries to your miners, but that's what we call it. So yeah, just see that miner coming there back. Engagement here. Root, who is a little bit behind on numbers. Now about even, it appears. IFV versus IFV. Maybe could lapse around here, try and take a miner on his Root. Rocketeers there are in a nice position. Yeah, nice. Get some ship damage. Trying to cut it off. Now he wants to get into there and place his Rockies. He wants to now come into here and make him run through the Rocketeers. Pillbox up there on the cliff. Going on the... Nice tank control from Ed. Yeah, baited him in there. Very nice. And you can see that was coming. But he did execute well. We'll take the MCV. GG called. Well played to Ed. Okay. So NG says, any of you guys watching this back... Dawn again. It says Ed plays USA here, works with Rush. Yeah, maybe I am surprised that Ed is happy to go France versus America again. Ed will have his playstyle. One of the more experienced players in the community. Lots of reps, lots of show matches, lots of commentating over the years as well. Ed, if you don't know who Ed is, you'll definitely know him by his voice. So he'll have a game plan, he'll have a game strat, not somebody that's going to come in here blind, he'll know what he's doing. And NG is predicting that maybe Ed might just rush here. Says it won't be a 0 miner rush. A rush to get that early power drop out. Another refinery coming here from Ed. Thank you very much, Apple Drop Larry. Apple Drop Larry there, sponsoring a gift to Mr. NG. Keep it coming. It's nice. I appreciate the support. Myself and Doofus over the last sort of 3-4 months have been grinding a hell of a lot to try and bring the content. I've obviously done a lot of show matches. Doofus doing the tournament stuff, and then we have the boys in the background like Apple Drop Larry and Nightshade helping us and supporting us across the way. Very much appreciated. The games that you guys are watching, the tournaments you guys are watching, Nightshade, Larry, all these sort of people involved helping. Gus, engagement here, Ed pushing in. That's the one Rocky there just helping to chip. Not really getting too involved there. A little bit shy of the Rocketeer. Another one coming down this bottom side here. But no, a big thank you to all of the people that do support the channels across the platforms, across the games. IFV, just sitting on the pillbox here, just wants to move away. Take a look at the base, 1 miner there, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he is, yeah. Great one, absolutely, no. Great one is doing fantastic. There's other people, Gus and things like that as well. So, back to the game. Ed splitting on the top side, trying to get a miner here. It's extremely weak. Lots of pillboxes here, and the tank numbers are just starting to catch up. Dog fodder there as well. Rocketeer trying to do some work here on a war factory. Not going to be successful unless... No, not going to be. Trying to get a miner here, though. Does get a miner. Wasn't able to click away. So 2 war factories. Patriot missile comes at the back here. And he brings a miner out of the war factory. I like that from Root. He's playing a France build. And in a minute, he's got a cannon ready now, I'd say. I'd say there's 4 powers on the field. Radar's been out now a good minute. There'll be a cannon ready. If he needs one now, he'll pop it down. So he says, I'm not too bothered about having the numbers in Grizzlies. I can just use a cannon if I need to. In a minute, he's in a good spot here. There's the cannon. It comes. Rocketeers are free to do what they want here. Oh, I'd probably have just taken that Grizzly, personally, because he won't get this cannon. I'd be surprised. There should be an IV coming or a Patriot missile coming. Yeah, I would have just opted for the Grizzly. Oh, he does get it. He does get it. Loses sort of 3 Rocketeers, 2 Rocketeers, maybe. It's worth it in the end. Yeah, I didn't think he'd get that. Grizzly numbers are coming. Some dog fodder this time as well. If you notice, Root has not opted for the Rocketeers yet. Maybe he feels like he hasn't got the money because he's building the cannons. But you need to be careful of this of Root though as well. Even though he's under pressure here and the engagement's coming, like he's getting control of the middle now. And now his miners are getting there as well. Paradrop trying to walk up here. Would love to get this radar, but Root isn't going to be fooled. No service depot yet from Root. That is really important. France players get caught with that sometimes. Rocketeers from Ed trying to stay in position. IFEs are trying to be microed here by Root. Trying to get that AFC. Not going to happen. The tank control from both players there. Pretty impressive. I do like France here. It's a map I actually don't mind playing Yuri on. Although some people say Yuri is too good here. But I actually don't mind playing Yuri here as France. But Root is just now starting to out-tank quite decisively. And Ed moving the MCV up to there is obviously the right thing. He doesn't want to meet and greet him in the middle. Doesn't want to get into this situation and have his miners and say, hello, Root, how you doing down here? Because Root's just, thank you very much. Here's a cannon in your face and go and deal with that. So Ed's going to play the corners. Absolutely the right thing to do here. Has the rocky lead here, does Ed. But he is behind on the Grizzlies. But Root is broke. Ed has 8.5k in his bank. Veteran IFV on 1 tick of health. Power drop coming in here. Ed's power drops so far have been dealt with very well by Root, must be said. Cannot think of a single occasion where his power drops have really done anything. If anything, must be said, if anything. Rocketeers this time opting for the Grizzlies. And they're getting a lot of chip damage. This time looking for the IFVs. Gets a tank there called off. Ed doing a lot of work here. IFV there coming again. And it gets an elite. Patriot missile comes out as well. Rocketeers are not in position here. Not sure. That power drop, there was an elite GI there. So definitely got something. Not sure what it was. Now being forced back out. An elite Rocketeer as well. Miners are all over the place mining is anything. And again, the lead of Root. You can see it now. An elite Rocketeer there. Or the refinery would be nice. Needs a pillbox desperately. Pillbox comes out. IFE does get caught shooting at it for a little while. Should be able to save the ref. He doesn't know he shouldn't save that. Definitely not. There is the MCV kill, boys and girls. And refineries as well going down. Pretty decisive. Ed, with a decent amount of money in the bank, gets an elite from killing a GI. I don't know why I always find that really tilting. Like, you kill a GI from a paragraph and you get an elite. How the fuck does that work? Of course, I know all the reasons behind it. It does work, but it's just frustrating. going to get that barracks on that side, and he's going to just keep walking now. There's nothing really... well, there is nothing Ed can do. He knows that. He's... There we go. So, bottom right-hand side here is Ed. He plays in yellow. This building will be pre-captured in a second. You have the hospital as well. Mr. Root, he plays top left-hand side. This one here he needs to capture. Takes his oil. Takes his para. And there we go.
Tech building captured.
So oil and the tech point there gets captured on the 1 minute mark. Both players having to capture one building, so it's the oil for Root that he gets. And Ed here comes and gets the power drop here. Radar out. And looks like he's gone 0 there. I think that's 2 refineries built rather than a miner coming out. Wasn't watching. IFE out, Rocketeers out. Lots of Rocketeers already for Ed. And this is going to be a quick game. Lots of fast action. IFE's, Rocky's already moving all over the place. Trying to pull your opponent out of position here. And Ed's trying to do a good position. That got that IFE out of position. Now can try and catch it on the hill. Rocketeers are there. Does click it down. But 3 Rocketeers now versus 1. So nice control there from Root, actually. Apple Drop Larry again with a gift of sub. My sound is up a bit loud there. Apologies if I come through loud. Power drop here is a nice power drop. He wants a war factory. He's going to be greedy. And why should he not be greedy? She needs to squish. He doesn't. Doesn't squish. GI is getting some chip damage. Won't get the radar though. Defensive power drop for Root. But gets the war factory. Nice power drop. Having said that, I think things are still pretty even. The Rocky lead here for Root and has a veteran as well. A couple of Grizzlies on the field. 3 Grizzlies over this side as well. Power drop coming over here. Right on a pillbox already. And 1, 2, 3, 4 miners. Power drop over this side here. Nice. IFE. 2 IFEs out. Gets lots of work. I think he's clicked on the Grizzlies here, hasn't he? Left hand side of my screen there. Just seeing the power drop go down. Does take care of the GIs. There was like a walking power drop coming here. That's going to take him by surprise if he's not careful. And Rocketeers are right there. You think as soon as he hears the alert, he should deal with it. But it might be in time. The refinery would be nice. A little mistake there from Root. Little mistake there from Root. And he knows what his mistake was. As soon as he started hitting the refinery. Hold on 1 second, guys. We're pushing in here. IFE's in a lovely position at the back here. And there is a veteran one as well. And it's hitting the Rocketeers. Ed will force him back. Nice play from Ed. Yeah, guys, the mistake there was is he had his Rocketeers here. The GI started shooting the refinery. It alerted him to it. So then he was able to move the Rocketeers over. In an ideal situation, he would wait until all his GIs were there, deploy them, and then shoot the refinery. And he would have got it. Here on Pirate Bay, just turned off my aircon. I'm not sure if you guys heard it. Nobody commented anything. Pirate Bay. Obviously not pre-captured this time. Adam says, interesting that Ed is going allied here. See what Ed does from the War Factory here, playing as Allied. Probably a 4 to go 2 here, although I'm not a good RA2 player, so I could be wrong. But definitely can go 1 here, but just wonder if you can get away with pushing 2 miners here. I always feel like with maps like this, you need to be careful that you don't just have a boring open in 5 minutes as Allied, and then Soviet just has a Dreadnought in your base or an Iron Curtain. I just feel like, yeah. No, Allied in the water is not bad at all, so you can counter it, but I feel like it favours Soviets sometimes, maps like this. Two war factories. Grizzlies coming on the top. Rhinos are here. Ed will be out of position on the top side. Double pillbox as well. It's 2 rhinos up there, now 3rd coming, and a sentry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rhino Grizzlies versus 3 rhinos. Oh, his tank control wasn't great there, Ed. We've got the Rocketeer there. Needs to get the Rocketeer to work, and then shouldn't lose the oil. No need to lose the oil. Bonnie's up on the top side. Nice hold from Root. Loses the power drop, does Ed. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miners for Ed. And Root on 1 miner on the gem. 2nd over here. 3, 4, 5, 6. So he has a miner lead, it appears. Pillbox now out. Some Grizzlies going on the top side again. Needs a pillbox here quite quick. He's in trouble here. Could do with really clicking on the weak rhinos here. Forcing to come back, trying to micro the miners away. And he's doing a good job of it. Needs to get them all up to the top if he can. Does lose 1, doesn't want to lose 2. 2 could be game changing. Does keep that alive. Grizzlies come in 1 by 1 momentarily. Black trying to get the Rocketeers. Will hold, will defend, but at what cost? Loses a miner, lots of mining time. Power drop top left is going to go down. Rhinos coming to the top side. Ed in trouble. Does save it. Nice from Ed. But in a situation where he's holding on here, he's clicking the miners. Root just trying to keep out of range. Gets an elite. Does go down straight away. And will defend now. But at the cost of miners. Has to engage at some point. And that is GG. That is 1 miner on the left on the field. 2 miners with 1 ticket health. Unless I've missed something. Adam did say interesting pick to go Allied. Lovely position on the power drop. It's all a little bit too late. And unfortunately these are not Yuri's range power drops where they don't really do any damage.
Player defeated.
You have to have like your QM, like you know your QM, and you have to have clickers like start running in your QM. It's like the observer tab. So like if you're gonna go to QM, on the right hand side there's like a unit counter tab for streamers. You need to like start running that, and I haven't done that. That's why it's not working. But it's there, so I know it's gonna work. I did trial it as well. Back to the game. Sorry about that. So miners, one of the gems here. 2 miners. Both players aggressive at each other's throat straight away. Opted for the radar rather than the second refinery. 1 Rocketeer there. There was a flak out. 4 Grizzlies versus 3 now. 1 weak at the back, right at the back, which is nice. Power drop coming in. Grizzlies force the Rhinos back. Grizzlies superior. Does run over the few Connies. Power drop comes here. Would love the oil. Nice pillbox. Collect the flak as it comes in. Go on. Oh, 1 tick of health. Wow. A veteran here. Ed on the back foot here. Ed is on the back foot. Binary goes down. Both of these rhinos are smoking. One goes down. Power drop again on the back, right on the refinery. Oh, that was not a good power drop placement. Ed knows better than that. The likelihoods of a miner going to tip ore back in there as a power drop come down was always pretty likely. Double power drop though. Needs to get these GIs to work. That's the key. Doesn't want to keep throwing away these GIs. At the moment, no joy from the GIs. Lots of free units. Got to get them to work. Even if you start putting them in choke points. Yeah, doesn't want to keep throwing these away. Still some gems here that actually could be mined. Ed defending and trying to hold on. Pillbox wasn't repaired. Refinery up on the top side here. Still some gems left there, but chooses to put the refinery there. Knows if he puts a refinery there, that the chances of it getting sniped again is pretty big. Tries to put a power drop in there to try and get the trailing rhinos coming, which I like the idea of, just not successful, and that sometimes does happen as allies. You put a power drop in a nice position, and it's depending on at the time whether or not it's going to work or not. Engagement here, not a good engagement there for Red. Seemed like he wasn't that. He was fairly even numbers with rhinos and grizzlies, but of course, you know, it's rhinos versus grizzlies, so. Black comes across. Fill the boxes there. Rhino numbers are really starting to come now. There's 2 war factories, 3 war factories, and MCV cell. Ed still has his MCV. He's out-tanked here a lot. Power drop there. You see, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Nice play from Root as Soviet there, showing Soviets dominance and power that it can do. Because as much as Ed didn't do loads wrong, he wasted his power drops too much there. It's credit to the way Root played though. Okay, top left hand side is Root. Bottom right hand side is Ed. Soviet versus Allied. Okay, doesn't look promising with a unit counter. Let me just have a quick look. 1 sec. I'll have to work it out. Okay, we'll have to play around a bit. I only set it up the other day. Just want to see if it was working here now. So Root bottom right, Ed top left. Refinery here and an MCV move. Root has 1, 2, 3, 4 miners versus 4. Flak track comes out. Very early flak track there. Anticipating a Rocky coming. There's a Harrier already out as well. Miners are still being pumped. 2 war factories for Root. And there's the other flak. There's a 3rd flak. Okay, so Root really doesn't want to allow him to have Rockies. And obviously it puts you behind on the Grizzly numbers. Once your opponent has sort of 3 or 4 Rockies on the field, like, 3 or 4 flaks in the field. Sorry. It's kind of difficult because you need Harrier numbers to take care of them, but you need to like at least 3 Harriers to go and deal with that. Otherwise, you'll just lose your Harriers by going to kill the flaks. And Rocketeers will die obviously pretty quick in an engagement with the flaks that micro pretty well towards the back. So kind of stops that by just doing 3 flaks. MCV moving the right hand side. Ed disrespecting route going Allied versus Soviet on Sov maps. Trying to engage here is Ed. Power getting some fodder. Going to engage here. A little bit of fodder here for Ed. Trying to take the fight. Just out tanked though. Has got the fodder advantage. So it may end up even. I don't even think it's going to be that. And Root rightly just backing out there. Grizzly getting. Grizzlies are coming back, but they're getting out tanked massively. Oh, engagement there. Come on, Ed. Paratrop killing them flaks. What was Ed doing with that engagement there? Harrier comes out to get a shot. Pillboxes out. Rhinos are superior. Root going to get a match point. I have no doubt about that. Has expanded bottom left. Ed says, I minor AFK this game and last game. I didn't notice his minor AFK last game. Furious. GG, says Ed. So Ed continues with Allied versus Soviet. We're on a map here where you start with an oil. We're on a map here where you start with gems. And we're on a map here where you're going to build towards each other. And once you get to 2.5, 3 minutes, you're going to be contesting ore. You're going to be fairly close to one another. Just yawning there. It is late in the UK. What are we now? 1:30 in the morning. Oh, I've been up since sort of 5:30 for work. I'm not sure why I'm after sympathy. But Ed is looking to turn the series around. Root is trying to get the job done. He's trying to win $20. Apple dropped Larry about a week ago, sent me some money and said, you know, whenever you need it, there's some money there for a show match. So this will be sponsored by Larry. Always does his bit, as we mentioned earlier. Ed, what can he do here? What is a strat here as Allied? I think it's 1 minor, and then you have to go Grizzlies. I don't think you don't want to be having a mass eco game here against Soviet. Nightshader sort of just commenting and sort of saying Ed's normally a bit of a more aggressive player, which I agree. And Frank was back in his day. Remember Frank's Allied guys? It's been a while since we've seen him, isn't it? I don't know how long Frank's been away for. It feels a good sort of 18 months now, really. What do we think? He was exceptionally good, wasn't he? When we talk about Yuri's Revenge players in terms of being unique, being exciting, different tactics, also the name, obviously, we all know the name. Begins with A. We all know who it is. But when you think about RA2 and trying to make RA2 exciting, Frank was right up there. I really enjoy watching Marsh's gameplay as well. One of my favourite players to watch at the moment. And because he's playing Yuri's Revenge as well at the moment, I mean, he's really up there for me as well. But Ed's a really exciting player as well. He's sort of right in that top category in my top 3 of players enjoyable to watch. And that's kind of what Nightshade was lingering to, is the fact that he can be so aggressive and make games really exciting. Root trying to move the MCV now. Rocketeer comes in. 1 tick of health there for the flak, and he gets it. And he forces a sell here. So good opening here from Ed. Now, what can he do? He doesn't want to commit his Grizzlies too much to the miners, because the miners will act as good fodder. 2 flaks have been forced now. Can the Rocketeers get some more chip damage, get some dog fodder? He's out tanked here. Just wants to come back to base here, really, and just take his time. Harrier is out. Come back across this bridge. You could cut across them flags. Kenny takes a shot on the Harrier onto the Rhino, and the leading Rhino as well. So that was a nice little Harrier shot there. He'd have went for the flak track, he'd have went against 3 flaks and would have lost it. He is forced back, and he is outside. Oh, he just sort of thought, can I come back and fight this? And then got caught. A garrison building with 1 GI and isn't going to be enough. Needs a pillbox, so we'd love a prism to come out, but it's unlikely. Pillbox, there it is. Grizzlies are there, trying to hold on. Should be able to hold. But it's going to keep coming. He's on 3 war factories. Don't think this is over because he's killed his MCV and he's able to hold this. It's just 3 war factories versus 1. Route is broke, though. And 2 veterans. He wants one of these to get to elite. I don't think it will. If he kills this, it might, though. Oh, I think if he'd have killed that, he would have went elite there. My specky sensors tell me that would have went elite if he killed it. Harriet does hit. 3 Grizzlies versus 1 Rhino. Lots of dog fodder. Roots Eco is struggling. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 miners and an oil. And Ed has 6k in the bank. So Ed should win this game. From this point, it's a throw for me. I think if he loses here. I know it's 3 war factories versus 1, but he's just got to push war factories here and he's okay. And he can just spam pillboxes, dog fodder. Although, look at this. 3 Grizzlies versus 3 Rhinos, and 3 Rhinos still alive, and all the Grizzlies are dead. And the Harrier misses, and he's... Oh, the GI is trying to help him out here. There are 2 Rhinos here that are weak. 2 Rhinos that are really weak. This one here, the veteran, and this one at the back here. Gets a veteran. 3 Grizzlies here. Nice pillbox. He is defending well here, and he just needs to just keep defending for another minute or 2 without losing much, and he's okay. Got to get over there, though. An elite GI there. That acts as like a normal GI in Yuri's Revenge. Zico is struggling. He can't keep maintaining this. He might do for a little bit longer. Engage on the right hand side. Fair play to Root. Really trying to make this work. And Elite Grizzly comes out. And that could just be that. Veteran. GIs need to deploy. Veteran up there. Doesn't want to get an elite if he kills that miner. Oh my god, he didn't go elite. The elite goes down there. Needs to get rid of that. I think the cell was where his MCV was. It was in a really shit spot and he couldn't move it down. And then yeah, it was a combination of a panic cell and also like his MCV ended up in a shit spot. And then he knew he couldn't move it anyway. Like Ed had him pinned. He couldn't move it. It was kind of like, well, I've got 3 war factories. I could sell it here. I could, you know, then have the eco to supply a really good attack here. Root, you can see he's got 3 war factories. He's making this work. Like, this game is not over. Oh, GI's doing some lovely work. Oh, that's beautiful. I love GI's doing work. Ed's power drops have been good. Dog fodder out of position, gets an elite again. Rhino's trying to split on the top side. Trying to get a miner. Ed's power drops have been good. He's using them defensively. Rocketeers take care of that. This will be Ed's game. The only issue is he's running out of eco. He's running out of eco, and if Root knows that, then he's maybe thinking, because he's still got a big patch here, and he's still got some all there to go. He got all of that though, Ed, so he just micros up to there, but he is struggling with his eco now. Oh, nice play. 2 Rhinos there, 3. Only hitting the elite, and the elite will repair, so. Oh, and another elite as well. Talk about Soviet getting lucky elites. I just saw Ed's bug. I've never had that one before. Yeah, that's a proper bug. We sometimes say the word bug a little bit lightly, you know, like minor bug, that sort of stuff, but it's not really a bug. It's not ideal, but it's not really a bug. But that's a proper bug that Ed had there. Ed's, if anyone didn't know, we'll be watching on YouTube. We're just replaying this game because Ed's Grizzlies weren't coming out of the War Factory. Top left, Ed. Bottom right is Root. 5 games to 3 for Root. So he's looking to win the series. Ed trying to keep himself in it. Will we see the same play out of Ed? As I mentioned, we just had to read because of a bug. But will Ed move his MCV to the middle again? Going to do so. MCV move. Grizzlies coming aggressive. Doing it on 3 miners. The second refinery placement is good though. Allows him to get some gems, but also means that he's on to that next patch of ore, so he can mine that side for ages. But he'll also get these gems in the middle. And Root, look, he wants to try and cut off. There you go, okay, it's okay. So he got a little bit of a shoot on his gems, but Root is happy with that. He sells off the sentry, obviously broke engagement here. Grizzlies versus the Rhinos, boys and girls. Clicking down is Ed. Sells off the sentry again, really wants that money. Doesn't want to go broke, but Ed with an aggressive playstyle here, and I like it. Smoking Grizzlies though. Yeah, Rhino kills 3 Grizzlies. They were very smoking. I don't understand how he didn't get a veteran there. Never understand really how this game works. How did that not get a veteran? Killed 3 Grizzlies. Does the damage that you do make a difference? You know, that Rhino killed 3 Grizzlies. Moves the miners to the middle, which means there's 3 miners and the gems. And Ed is playing nicely. Root's in trouble. Root is in trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 miners. Oh my god, you taking the piss, Root? Root, are you taking the piss? A miner out of the War Factory. Big balls. Big balls from Root. Big balls from Root. A 3rd War Factory comes out. Sentry comes out. Rocketeer's here. The refinery would be nice. The refinery is nice. Boys and girls, that is a nice refinery snipe. Some may have thought I'll just grab a War Factory here, but that is a nice snipe there. Forces that to be rebuilt, forces his miners to be moved. Rocketeer comes in, nice control from Ed. Ed playing the way that we know Ed can play here. That miner on the War Factory might have been a little bit too ballsy for Root. I like it though, I like it. We got to mix it up. We don't want to play this boring play styles around here. Root trying to push a miner right there, really going for an eco build, and then pushing War Factories behind it. An elite Rocketeer now. GG's is about to be called. I'm almost certain of it. Can Root do anything here? Black comes out. Gets the veteran as well. Rocketeers are going down slowly but surely. And he's fighting on Root. Has miners here. That's the one thing, but fucking hell, Ed, why don't you build a refinery? Jesus Christ. Not over and done yet, but Ed has 12k in the bank. And he should just be pushing a War Factory and a War Factory and then a ref. Something like that. With probably a power something like that. Gets the black. Elite Rocky can say, thank you very much. I'm going to shoot. And he shoots a lot quicker than a normal Rocketeer does, doesn't he? There's a black track. Going for the power. Needs to click. And the Elite Rocky is forcing many flaks, which means his Grizzly numbers are just going to keep coming. There's a flak cannon, which is nice. Doesn't matter. This is over. This has been over for a long time. Ed with the aggression. It's been really nice. Going to go for the power. I love a little power snipe. Little sentries, connies, rhinos, miners, all that are just doing chip damage away. Power goes down. There was no power on the field. Root says GG. Ed says, here it is, in your face. Path more travelled is our map, boys and girls. And it is Allied versus Allied. It is France versus America. It is Root on the left. just quickly this map, power drop. You need to break these little wall things. You can do it with a miner, or a grizzly, or an IFE. However you like, but you need to do it. And 3 oils, 2 gem batches to start with, and build towards the middle for the extra gems and ore. France versus America. I do not like playing America here versus France. I think Root's gonna be the favourite for me for sure. But you just see the miner doing it there. But as I said, Ed always has an idea up his sleeve. He doesn't come into this blank. He doesn't come into this thinking, what am I going to do? He'll know exactly what he's going to do. NG's coming. I'm not sure if we'll see any shenanigans. 2 players that are fairly well respected, but also very good players, and knows that, you know, on a map like this with 4 tech points, it's really difficult to defend. So could maybe look for an IFE to start with. Not the case. Both players going 0. Fully expected. Radar comes out for Ed. And Root going to go for a refinery. Here comes Ed. Rocketeer and a Harrier. Pillbox comes out. Does hit. Does hit. All of these little buildings are garrison. It's going to put pillbox and choke points. And Ed absolutely knows that he has to be mindful here, because once a radar comes up, these aren't going to be little pillbox anymore. These are going to be cannons, and they're going to be scary. Here he goes though. These are garrison. These little garrison buildings are going to make a nice little difference here. Trying to click down. It's going to be a fairly even trade-off. Rocketeers trying to come in as well. Rocketeers are hitting the pillbox rather than any sort of war factory. But Ed has the numbers in the Grizzlies here. He's pushing. He's just slightly out-tanking, and the Rocketeers over the war factory. Ed saying, I'm not fucking about this game. Down your throat. Let's go to a match point. Come on then, my man. Let's take this to a match point. He moves the MCV. Accidental again. There may have even been a cannon being built. GG is called. MCV was sold. Believe Adam called that spot on. So 5-5, divide and conquer. We're on a juicy match point Red Alert 2 series here, sponsored by Apple Drop Larry. First and foremost, big thank you to our sponsor. Second of all, thank you to our players, Root and Ed. Ed sticking with Allied throughout. It's pretty impressive. We know obviously Ed is a very good Allied player, plays lots of Allied, but he also does play Soviet as well, but he's stuck to his Allied here throughout this series. I don't think it's a case of the maps have fell that way. I feel like he's wanted to play his America here. 2 players very well known and putting on a great show for us. We have Doofus's tournament coming up soon. As one finishes, one restarts. Nightshade has put together a Westwood tournament. And we also have currently the tournaments for the World Championships that have been played in 2024. Matt, MJ, and Doofus are covering them. Nightshade is a go Root. About 2 years ago to 18 months ago, Root was my sort of favourite player to watch. I liked seeing his hype and everything and his progression. I think Root went from being a sort of a middle class A-class player to being a low S-class player, and it doesn't sound like a big jump, but it really is. And even like, you know, like good A-class players, like when they play against S-class in a series, you can still see a big difference. Yeah. Mine are all the way to the gems here. I did see an upset with Cruiser and Marco. Long distance and a miner to the gems does get 1,000 for that tip rather than the 500, but the Grizzlies out here. Black does take some damage, does get hit. 3 miners on the bottom, 3 miners on the left hand side, 6 miners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 miners apiece, 2 war factories versus 2, and a radar for the allied player. Not a bad start. Root occupied on the top left-hand side. He doesn't want to lose a miner here. Good God, he's going to get a miner here. Oh, that's a freebie. Don't overcommit. Don't overcommit. He's going to overcommit. He does. He does get 2 miners. He does get 2 miners. He loses 3 grizzlies for it, which in the long run absolutely be worth it. But MCV sell. MCV sell. There is lots of grizzlies back at home here. This does look good for Ed. Doesn't deploy though. MCV is still there. Lovely. Oh, what a pillbox that is. Just forces him right back, and the dog fodder coming in. Just see the grizzlies retrieving in the middle here. Ed on the map like divide and conquer. Wow, Ed. Not over yet. Not over yet. It's a match point. These guys will play this out until it's definitely done. Engagement here. Dog fodder just a little bit out of position, but coming back. Grizzlies are being rebuilt, and engagement you see on the top right hand side, but going to be gets the flag. And here comes Root. Here he comes. What numbers are there? The 2 free grizzlies. Again, going to be a difficult hold. Some smoke and rhinos in here. We have an amber. We have an amber. One goes down. Pillbox there in a good position. And obviously the move of these guys. How long can they stay in these spots that they're in? And still manage their eco. Pillboxes are out. Want to get a repair on that if he can. Rhinos, that gets another war factory. Does Ed? Does he sell or not? Rhino coming on the... Oh, lovely power drop. Rhino coming on the right hand side. Just trying to sit on the ore. Oh, does save it, but needs to move it well away. Does. Oh, he gets it. Well played, Root. Reinforcements on the war factory. Trying to push him all the way back. Needs to get a cell. Root trying to make it work. What do you think, Jack? Going on the miners here. Oh, can't really afford to lose these miners. If he loses this, oh, Ed's in trouble. Ed's now in trouble. Root is making this come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miners. And they're working fairly efficiently. War factory's in trouble there. Lots of grizzlies still. Sells that off. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Root is still behind, isn't he? But he's doing a good job here. Pillbox repairs it. Power drop around the back. Lots of grizzlies. No fodder. Players are really broke here. Root now getting his eco up. And it's now Ed who's pushing him back. And it's Ed who looks like he's going to win. About a minute and a half ago, I thought Ed was in trouble. Back and forward, boys and girls. Refinery comes down. Pillboxes are scattered. GIs are there. Get some chip damage. Some drones now. 1, 2 drones on the field. GIs are in a lovely position though. Miners coming to the right hand side. GIs lovely position. Going forward, the miners. There are enough grizzlies back here. Drones doing work. GIs again just getting chip damage. Chip damage. Is there a pillbox? He is droned as well. Wow, Ed. 5-2. I think he's going to win, boys and girls. This would be a huge throw from this position here. 2 miners. 1, 2, 3. Now going to GMs. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 or 9 miners there. Well played. GG's well played, says Root. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. 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 Well played, Ed. That one just sort of 5-2. Just thought, oh, you know, that'll probably be that. And then Ed just seemed to just sort of just say, yeah, all right. I'll just start playing better now. Good series. Nice. That was enjoyable. Ed goes to 6 games to 5 in a best of 11 RA2, sponsored by Larry.